day one, including the USA's late defeat to Uruguay. He's now the main man as he gets us underway with Scotland kicking long and high and beyond the pod into the arms of the USA team, who are looking to bounce back after a first loss to Uruguay under-20s in over 2 decades. Los Territos emulating the form of their senior men's side to put them as the premier American side after Los Pumas.
Okay, your mark, please.
And for Scotland, Corey Tate throwing in for the first time, having enjoyed himself on safari this week, he said, in the pre-match build-up, and his smart work and pop to a rushing runner gives Scotland some good front football. Finlay Thompson at inside centre, taking it on that bit more and flashing down the right flank. Here's Logan Jarvie running out of room. But early threats from those in lavender jerseys. And Logan Jarvie, enormous boots to fill. That really unfortunate absence of Geordie Gwynn, who scored a hat-trick and was rampaging through the Zimbabwean ranks all afternoon.
You go back.
Well, it didn't go to plan from Scotland, but they come away with possession with Callum Norrie. Heavy carry. And still, Scotland send their big men through. Do they sense room on the the left-hand side? Andrew McLean chopped down. Really bright work from Scotland at the moment, but that's a good jackal coming in from the Eagles. It just presented itself, didn't it? Solomon Williams.
Not releasing ball, please.
Right on that.
It's not for me. Okay. Move, please. Space, please.
It was the first time these two are meeting at trophy level. Their two previous under-20 scraps against each other were in the championship. And that is a lively little break from the USA, weaving through the Scottish defenders. Corbin Smith.
Move.
Great opportunity for the USA going to their centres.
No hand.
Such a strong pairing they've got in Tukuafu and Captain Bessag.
Release.
Back into the 22. Scotland reorganised. This time it's Connor Devos,
Leave now, take it.
the Lindenwood man. The Scottish defence holding firm at the moment. Eagles leave the ball behind before a thunderous right shoulder comes in to snuff the counter-attack. That's Dominic Bessag. And after a flurry of activity and a threats to the Scottish scoreboard, ball finally finds its way across the chalk. But good intent shown by both sides early in this contest.
Move.
Cade Christ, pretty varied sporting CV, basketball, baseball, ice hockey, but showing that he's got the accuracy to find the throw that creates the opportunity for a kick to chaos for the USA. Their quickest to react, but that's desperate, brilliant defense from Dan King.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it looked to be a certain try
Captain,
for Josefa Toivo.
you have an option. You take the scrum. Scrum.
But Dan King racing across and getting just enough contact to force the knock on.
Offside 7. Please, on the mark, please. On the mark, please. Where is the mark, please? Yes? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Please. Number 7, purple, offside.
Sorry. What happened on my last small? Number 3.
Yeah, okay.
Number 3. Can you watch that? Came straight around.
Okay.
Like go?
Yeah.
Perch.
Go in, please. Please. Plan, plan. Use it. Okay, step back, please. Thank you. Move, step back. Advantage over. Turn. Yes, Corbin.
Scotland attacking from their own half, finding seams and looking for offloads, but picked off by a retreating USA defender. Under pressure, the dark blue jerseys at the moment. Solomon Williams just orchestrating his players around him, taking some pace off proceedings. For a big booming kick from Huey Kennedy, relieves a bit of pressure, but it does invite the dangerous runners of Scotland from deep.
No, Blue. Plan. Advantage over. Further knock on. Oh, play. Plan. Stop. Time off. We have one player on the ground. It's okay? Okay. Please. Time off. Come. Yes.
Numbers! 7! Wait, snare!
Time on.
Line out to Scotland. Stolen from the USA. And just finding room out of the back. Oh, the hands were so good to get it beyond the outside centre channel.
Knock on.
And Ben Salmon injecting himself at pace. Not able to hold on to the offering.
Time off. One player on the ground, please.
But support from all around the world. Uruguayan fan will be very, very happy with their position out here in Kenya at the moment. 2 games, 2 wins, including that famous one against the USA by a whisker. For Scotland, it's been a long old wait for the opportunity of redemption. 2019, that's when they fell out of the under-20s championship reckoning with that loss to Fiji. They're looking to bounce back at the first time of asking. But stern opposition presents themselves in this pool, including USA and their centres. Tukuafu almost finding room between the opposite pairing.
Clear release.
But in reverse, too much pressure
we go
on the breakdown and a penalty to Scotland. Sylvain Mane, the man in the middle. Does have a bit of under-20s international experience, having officiated the 2022 under-20 Barts Trophy. Dan King finds a hearty touch. And were it not for his intervention in defence, it would have been points on the board in this game. As it is, neither side yet to break the other's resolve. Good leap from Jake Parkinson. And the rest of his crew form around him. USA powerful in attack from the driving maul in their opening match, but susceptible here. Room down the left, and Finn Douglas finishes in a flash. Well, he still had work to do. His opposite man to beat. But Finn Douglas, with all that pace, had too much room, and he roars across for the opening score of the match. Ben Afshar, he packed his kicking boots against the Junior Sables. Has packed the same ones for the Eagles. A fine strike and 2 more points for the captain and for Scotland. Southern Knights and Edinburgh Rugby man. celebrating in the sun in Nairobi. It's getting hot. It is clear blue skies and perfect running rugby weather.
Use it!
Ben Afshar goes tight to the touchline. Good box. Quite long. Does give room to return. USA could do with some time on the ball. They go through Aiden Christians. Just the lines overrun on that occasion by USA, so not many options. That's why they find themselves behind the gain line. Solomon Williams trying to poke things on a bit, and his injection of pace has allowed room for Santos to streak through into the 22. The USA go. Williams, quick recycle again. A bit of inaccuracy and then hesitancy of who to claim the bouncing ball. Means USA are back to their 10. Kennedy.
He played from the side, he's happy for me.
Christians growing into the game.
Move!
Well, this left side is where USA are profiting, and they're really profiting now. Sky high in Nairobi with Corbin Smith celebrating a key try for the Eagles. Well, the threat of Bessag and Tukuafu has been evident all match. Tukuafu making the break and having the composure to find Smith streaking on in support.
Thank you, Saba, for the offside. Yeah.
The USA supporter in a Western Province jersey, or a Stormers jersey more accurately maybe, enjoying that try time from the USA. There may be a little more to cheer about if Hugo Kennedy can slot this to draw USA level. And the man from Old Belvedere Rugby Club does the business. USA showing Scotland just how they can strike. Kickoff eventually claimed. Aiden Christians was in there, but couldn't quite claim it cleanly.
Release.
Kennedy pumps it out on the full, and that grimace tells you that he's just realised that Solomon Williams passed it back to him in the 22. And that is a big error to invite some pressure onto the USA defence. But Scotland fluff their lines. Back they go, all the way into their 22. Jarvie gets wrapped up. Hayden Mackay, such a hard-working back row. He was exceptional as the late replacement at hooker in their match against Uruguay. 2 tries, and
Stop, please.
it's a real force of nature. Ran Santos, who's looked silky, elusive every time he's got the ball, gets stopped on the halfway before shoveling onto a teammate. Off goes Toi Bilal. Connor Devos.
No hands.
And Mackay offered himself, but instead Williams opts to go to the left, and it's a good option as well as the captain
Move back, please.
breaks the line and takes USA to the doorstep of the 22.
Offside, nice.
Kennedy
Offside 9.
stoops low ungraciously, but comes away with the ball. Santos sees a bit of room,
Stop.
but Dan
Coming
King
back.
is too sharp.
Offside 9. Thank you.
Well, there's no denying USA have got an impressive running game. Ran Santos at fullback,
Okay.
the centres, Besag and Tukuafu.
Offside number
We've
9.
already seen the lightning finishing ability of Corbin Smith. It's just a case of whether the halfbacks Williams and O'Kennedy
10, number 10. Mark is here.
can knit it all together.
Thanks.
A modest touch finder from O'Kennedy. But the main thing is USA have claimed it. Mackay. Line speed fast from Scotland with Eddie Erskine leading. It's a good low shot from Corey Tate.
Advantage. Not rolling.
Just an attempt from Solomon Williams to dribble it in behind
Leave
that
immediately, number 8.
on-rushing
Immediately, please.
Scotland defence. They had the penalty advantage.
Okay. Point, please.
And this is Test match rugby. USA plump for the polls. Hugh O'Kennedy kicked very well indeed against the USA. 16 points, his personal haul.
Please come. The mark is here,
And
please.
it would have been a haul worthy of victory were it not
Yeah, okay.
for some poor discipline from the USA
Okay,
that
my AR is
was
here. When you see, I
punished by
Thank you, Captain.
Juan Carlos Canessa, his kicking counterpart, who got himself 18 points. So discipline has been a big focus for the USA this week. And at the moment, it's them who are profiting from the Scottish ill discipline. A penalty from the boots of Hugh O'Kennedy, and the USA take the lead 10-7 against Scotland. King strikes it sweetly, but it's very long and there's limited pressure on the USA exit, although Kennedy looks like he may have done himself a minor mischief with that clearance. Gives the thumbs up and hopefully can run it off.
Red.
Off Scotland go. Heavy carry in the midfield. Onto the outside edge, Dan King. Good offload low before he hit the deck into the hands of Jarvie. Scotland finding a bit of fluidity. Jake Parkinson. Oh, and it opens up for Scotland. They retain the ball. They sniff a second try. Afshar, busy as ever around the base of the breakdown.
No hand.
Good attempt from Christ. Afshar just threatening that fringe and inviting runners off his shoulder. USA looking a little bit bedraggled if Scotland can find the right pass. Appeals for off the ball as Eddie Erskine drives it hard again. Norrie, inside ball linking with Parkinson.
Where it is?
USA constantly looking to pounce upon the ball and get that jackal. Sluggish reorganisation takes Scotland to within 3 metres. Lavender jerseys lining up. Oh, big shot coming in from the captain. It is penalty advantage. Mackay, full of endeavour. Little delicate ball through the eye of the needle, and the finish brilliantly applied. Extraordinary vision, and the finish to boot.
Time off.
Scotland have their second. They retake the lead.
Where it is? No? Yeah.
Just that little dribble and it sat up perfectly.
Yes.
USA player standing on the side of the line.
Is penalty? Okay. He coming to charge. Number. Clear? He's coming? Clean.
Yeah, but she was just standing on
Okay. Not try. Captain. Number 6. Okay. Captain.
The try has been disallowed. We're going to find out why. A great shame for a fantastic
Not
finish.
try, because on the last breakdown here, the number 6 people come to clean out one player blue. Okay? He's a penalty for the blue, not try. Please talk your player. Stop, please. Where is the mark?
Well, Liam McConnell has been asked to speak to the number 6, and he, of course, is the blind side. So it was a clear out on a USA player. You saw the Eagles players appealing at the time, suggesting
Penalty,
that the
clean
player
out
that he
for
cleaned
number
out
6
wasn't really
people.
near the action. And Sylvain Mane and his team are in agreement. So a try chalked off for Scotland. Hugh Kennedy, born in Seattle, but to Irish parents, hence conducting his studies at Trinity College Dublin. Just relieves the pressure valve
Please.
that
Go
little
in,
bit.
Please.
Okay, Chris, the man from San Diego. I was about to say gets a generous interpretation of straight from the referee, but after some deliberation,
Take line out, please.
Sylvain
Line
Mane
out.
is in agreement. Not enough of an opportunity for Scotland to contest.
John, I'll talk to you, right? John, listen to me. Here we go.
Please, go in.
Captain goes up. Scotland go off. Just lose their footing. Other co-captain Afshar ships it out. Good clean out. Opens up behind the ruck. No one at home. Jake Parkinson, who's been prominent in all the positive exchanges this half, goes galloping through. Brilliant hands from Scotland. Then the feet. The pass. Oh, the bounce was so tricky. It was too mischievous
Knock on.
for Logan Jarvie to reel in.
Thank you. Captain, we have an option.
Scotland done everything right, everything brilliantly. It was the delayed ball out the back from Erskine. But the final pass, bouncing short. Too much of a nightmare for Jarvie to reel in.
Please, move back some, please. Okay, come. Scratch. Bind. Sit.
The USA living by their wits at the moment. A disallowed try, a squandered chance. So a bit of directness off the base. That's a good, purposeful carry from Aidan Christians.
Use it, please. Wait, no. Number 4, stop, please. No.
Gives Kennedy the angle,
Wait.
which he uses to find Jarvie. Jarvie, so close to a try on 2 occasions, gets poleaxed by Henry Duke. More smart hands from Scotland, but that's a little sloppy, and it's pounced upon by Corbin Smith. Try already. Now for the footwork. Ball wriggles free.
Knock on.
Lost forward by Scotland. Finn Douglas may consider himself fortunate to have not given away a penalty after knocking it on there. But just as the handling was beginning to look so crisp from Scotland, one errant pass, and they're back on their 5-metre line.
Come on the mark, please. Okay, thank you. Move some, please. Move some, thank you. Hey, you. Let's take on the middle. Hey,
Anton Dupont and Faf de Klerk are cited as Solomon Williams' scrum half inspirations. I wonder if he's got a bit of that cheekiness up his sleeve. No, he goes direct to the backs, almost bursting through. Goes to Kuafu. A messy breakdown picture. USA do, though, manage to recycle. Aidan Christians in with a key clear out. This time it's Wilson. Still it's Wilson.
Release, paper!
Christians, again, continuing to drive the legs low to the floor. Mackay.
No. Stop. We're coming back here. No advantage. The number 8 from the side. Mark, please. Okay.
Johnny Smith there, the Harlequin,
The mark is good.
being made to work hard
Thank you. From the side,
in these
number
final
8.
minutes of this first half. One that USA are leading,
Where are you?
but Scotland will know that they should be the ones ahead. And with that penalty, the simplest of kicks is going to double the USA lead. Drilled low. I know Kennedy takes USA to 13. Unlucky for Scotland, who are on 7. Only a few minutes left of this first half. Much of it played in the USA 22. A little to show from Scotland. Well, the kick
Knock
is
on
misjudged by
purple,
Aidan Christians, and
scrum blue.
in truth, USA are lucky to get away with that. As Jarvi was free, he senses he's got a bit of an axe to grind, having been denied on a couple of occasions already.
Scratch. Bind. Sit. Yes. Okay. Please. You two, you alpha. Come close, please. It's best. Please, some.
Come on, let's go.
Yes. Please. Come.
Come on. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Thank you. I'm with you.
Scratch. Bind. Sit. Up.
Scotland get a strong initial shove on USA. The judgment comes from the touchline. The AR communicating with Sylvain Mane. A dejected looking John Wilson. And hopeful Scottish eyes here. King to the corner. Last 90 seconds of the half.
Time off. We have a player on the ground, please.
Hot work out there. As you see, the junior Sables, the Zimbabwean under-20s,
It's good for your side, it's good.
just putting their feet up and checking out the competition after their endeavours against Uruguay in the match before.
Thank you.
And the adventure that all the teams will be staying for the fourth and final match, which will be featuring their team, Spain, against the home nation, Kenya. One of the most vibrant and vociferously supported nations in world rugby. Many of you who have previously had the pleasure of seeing the Shuja Pride in action on the World 7 Series, you'll know that Kenya Corner is the place to be. And no doubt the songs and the celebrations will be in full flow for when they meet Spain, who are looking to register their second victory of the under-20 trophy, the same as Scotland, who trail right now in the dying embers of this first half. Off goes Corey Tate, met by a blue blockade, manages to smuggle the ball free. Erskine sticks his head down.
Ball is here, ball is here.
Patience, composure, power, all of the above required from Scotland.
Step back, blue.
USA with their bodies on the line. A lovely little bit of deception with the loop pass and a roll to the line, and finally Scotland have their second try. USA did all they could, but eventually the dam burst. And late in the first half, it's Scotland with the try, and surely the conversion to lead at the break.
Okay. 40 minutes.
Finley Thompson,
It's finished.
the man receiving the plaudits. And Ben Afshar does the necessary. And an entertaining first half comes to a close, as finely poised as could be. Two tries for Scotland. The key one right at the death through a barnstorming short carry from Finlay Thompson. And 40 minutes remaining of an encounter that will have a huge effect on the outcome of the World Rugby Under-20 trophy. USA coming in off the back of a narrow defeat to Uruguay. Scotland a resounding one against Zimbabwe. And knowing that Uruguay have 2 wins from 2. Hugh Kennedy has us back underway. A high one into this bright sun in the clear blue skies of Nairobi. The temperature creeping up all day.
Use it.
Humidity pretty high also. But the clarity has created crisp, dry running rugby conditions. We've seen it all day. And we've seen some brilliant moments so far in this match. USA hunting a bit of history as well. Never beaten Scotland at under-20 level. They will be invoking the spirit of 2018 when the men's senior side registered their first ever victory over a Tier 1 nation, that being Scotland, on a famous AJ McGinty inspired night in Houston. And after a bright passage to open up proceedings, a loose pass out the back presents Scotland with a launch pad just inside the USA half. Eddie Erskine, the Bath University and Bath Rugby man, up and just in the nucleus of that maul that is beginning to ease forward at a comfortable pace, really well formed, long, with a tough spine as more lavender jerseys pour in. Penalty advantage. So Scotland attempt to use it. They go cross field. Oh, if only the groundsman had painted the pitch a metre wider, it would have been inch perfect for Finn Douglas to bag a brace.
Side entry.
Nice idea from Andrew McLean.
Just the mall.
Just a little too much on it.
Yeah.
Dan King, who is enjoying some rugby after having his progress hampered somewhat with a shoulder injury in 2021. Very impressive all-round skill set in the Scottish touch performance squad. But his kicking to the corner has caught the eye so far today. It's created platforms like this for Scotland to maul. We've seen the success, we've seen their punch, we've seen their progress, and Corey Tate is in command. The maul breaks up and the USA managed to get through and spoil a little bit. More penalty advantage for the Scots. Erskine, 3 USA jerseys deployed to bring him down. Opens up for the captain, Ben Afshar. Always a nose for the try line. And he gets across the paint once more. The damage and destruction had been brought by the pack in front of him. And then the Blue Sea on this occasion of USA just parting ways for Ben Afshar to add to his 2 competition tries that he picked up against Zimbabwe on match day 1. And with this match so tight, you really feel that every conversion counts. Well, he's kicking beautifully, isn't he? Ben Afshar delivers the first blow of the second half, and he maximises it as well with a sweetly struck conversion. Just too much room to leave a man with those try-scoring instincts. No one wants to put their name on that for Scotland, and their own indecision might just be their undoing. Real strong hint of offside there from Liam McConnell. But his rush and his pressure ultimately is what creates the penalty for Scotland. He knew they were in a spot of bother from the line out. You see McConnell rush round to the other side to assist the Jackal. Dan King will clear the decks. Plays his rugby in the Super Series for Heriots, Dan King. Huge Super Series representation across this 20s side, including Corey Tate of the Boroughmuir Bears, who's in at the back and just peeling away as things start to break up in front of him. And on that occasion, not the right call. Certainly not when Hayden Mackay's sniffing around.
Not roll, please.
Hayden Mackay,
He had to come in on the
Takapuna Grammar School of New Zealand's
second time.
alumni. Found himself in USA colours by virtue of being born in California on a rugby scholarship at college level. A real boon for this 20s side. And really, for the USA, they've been in all-out defence for the last quarter of this match. So a good platform here for Cade Chris to find his man under a bit of pressure. Solomon Williams then gets ensnared. The pressure really is good from Scotland. Logan Ballinger in at scrum half. More rush defence. Dylan Fortune, former American footballer, on wearing 20. Nice flat fizzed ball to Corbin Smith. Mackay loses the ball as he goes to the floor, and the roars of the Scottish team just tell you that right this moment in the game, it's about little wins. It's about little wins that feel like big moments, big momentum shifters. Scotland will get another possession.
Scotch. Bind. Sit.
try scorer at the end of the first half, Finlay Thompson, takes a nice direct line just to get his scrum half and his pack out of a bit of trouble.
Mark?
Well, the mark was called.
Okay, thanks.
Scotland were suggesting he may have run out before calling the mark, but play develops.
We can work from here. Johnny, let's work.
And it's a marginal
Thank you, I
sum
don't
game.
understand.
So we have a line out in pretty much the same position, but mirrored on the far touchline. Well, Corey Tate there was saying that after being holed up in the hotel last week that they managed to get out on a game drive as a team. He saw a lion, which he described as pretty cool, which is something of an understatement, I would say, from the man from Howick.
Back, please, Blue.
At the moment, he's on a bit of a game drive here at the National Stadium, just in that armchair, while his big beasts
You are not binding.
barge their way through the USA ranks. Good defensive read coming in from Tukuafu. McConnell. Well ridden by Thompson. USA are working hard.
Side entry.
But making
on the middle.
a couple of poor decisions. And against Uruguay, 3 yellow cards, but really the wound for them was the number of penalties they gave away.
The mark is here, please. In.
They were kicked out of the game at points
Okay.
by the boot of Canessa. Their discipline's been really good so far. They can't allow it to slip in the final half hour.
Okay. Time off.
Just one thing, sorry. At the balls, they're coming round in the side. We had that work.
No. The last one? No, the last one. The ball carrier, not binding. He release and you can. It's not here.
Sylvain Mane, not a man to be overly influenced
Okay,
by
time on.
Liam McConnell.
Time on, please. Please, come. Yes.
Scotland will surely go to their driving maul. It has functioned supremely so far in this match. Corey Tate once again in the box seat, pops the periscope up. But the collapse means that Ben Afshar's gonna bag a brace, as he seemingly always does. 2 tries against Spain in the warm-up, 2 tries versus Zimbabwe in round 1.
Okay.
2 tries today against the USA, and that one just stretches the Scottish lead to a position
Okay.
that is going to leave the USA chasing uncomfortably. Just spotted the seam between Mackay and Devos,
Please, come.
and he just has that instinct. showing himself to be a brilliant kicker also. Ben Afshar adds 2 more to his and Scotland's tally.
Not collapsing always. We can not coming to.
On the slender 1-point lead that they took into the sheds at half-time
Good position.
is all of a sudden looking a commanding 15 after 2 converted scores from the co-captain at scrum half. A couple of changes for Scotland. Craig Davidson and Ollie Minnis are on for Callum Norrie and Robbie Deans. So fresh lungs and a bit of brand new ballast in the front row. As the Hartpury University student Minnis doesn't waste any time in getting his hands on the ball and carrying for a metre there.
Use it.
Afshar, cool as a cucumber under pressure. That's misjudged by Rand Santos.
Advantage, knock on.
Brother
blue.
Ryan recently made his debut for the USA Sevens on the World Series. Off goes Johnny Smith.
We're coming.
He's too back.
No, please. Where is the mark? Here. Okay, knock on blue.
So a knock on from USA in there.
Time off. Substitution, please. What number? Number 1 blue. Off.
John Wilson
Yeah, come. He's not ready.
is about to be replaced by
Yeah. Come.
Jaden Brooks.
About the first on the kickoff, it went off blue. It went off blue backwards.
Maybe not quite yet.
To their own player. That's offside.
There he is.
Blue. Claps the ball.
And then
No, the blue caps the ball.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I trust you.
It's fine. 1 minute.
Jake Parkinson has had a great game. Studying at Brunel University and marrying that up with some professional exposure with Ealing Trailfinders in the English Championship. So the story goes, he started playing touch rugby as a lad, but after one certain match, it was suggested that the contact version of the game may be where his true strengths lie. So whoever gave the 200 centimetre, 118 kilo individual that piece of advice, they were pretty bang on the money. Though Rory Hart, who's of similar proportions, maybe not quite as large, comes on to make his impact, the Glasgow Hawk. And off goes Finley Thompson. He's just done the nuts and bolts so well. He's run straight, he's run hard. He's always found meters. And that try on the brink of half time may prove to have been the catalyst for an impressive Scottish win. Rand Santos, all he can do is shepherd the ball into touch in his own hands.
I'm off. Number 1 blue off. Number 1 blue.
Well, the John Wilson replacement is now going to take place. But instead of number 17, which is usually the number that comes on for a loose head, Finn Duraj.
It's okay.
John Vinter, I beg your
Time
pardon,
on.
comes bounding on, wearing 16. The ball squirts out from the top of that proposed driving maul.
Advantage.
And Vinter's right into it. So's Rory Hart. So are Scotland. An injection of pace from Andrew McLean. The jet heel fly half surges across the line. And Scotland into a mighty lead here in this must-win against USA.
Up, stop, please. No, not now. Not now, Captain. Please, not now.
The gap opened up and it was always going to be a mismatch against Cade Christ.
Captain, go back, please.
And Scotland, mightily impressive in this opening 16, 17 minutes. USA can't live with them at the moment. And Afshar, from a long way out,
Please, the last scrum.
on this occasion doesn't hit the mark.
Jumping cross.
Scotland
Okay, yes, the line out.
up to 33.
Jumping straight, please. Straight. Okay, thank you.
USA trailing by 20. They need a response. They may well have lingering in the back of their mind, as will the Scotland players, about what Zimbabwe did to them around this section of the match on match day one. Having led comfortably, Scotland contrived to draw the second half, as it were, 33 all, conceding 26 points in 10 minutes around about this stage of the match. Really went off the boil and began to wobble. Not for another couple of late tries. I wonder just quite to the extent the nerves would have been jingling and jangling for the Scots as the junior Sables came at them. That's an error on the kick. Play brought back all the way to the halfway line.
Please come forward, please. Thanks.
So the front row now consisting of John Vinter, Cade Christen, Connor Devos for the USA.
Please, number 8, go in. Scratch. Bind. Sit.
USA putting some nice shapes together in the midfield, but running into the big shoulder of Ben Salmon. Cormac Saint is on at halfback. Shock of blonde hair and a bit of fresh energy, tipped on by Fortune. Long over the top, stretching every last sinew of Josefa Toiaival. Just asking too much of
Number
it.
12, purple. Number 12, time off. Number 12, purple, off.
The win for Scotland here, in terms of the wider picture of the tournament, could set up a winner-takes-all showdown with Uruguay. And Finlay Thompson makes his way off the field, a really strong showing at inside centre. He's done all the unseen, unglamorous work in the midfield. He's been rewarded with a try. And Kerr Yule who turned 18 just 12 days ago, comes on wearing 22. There he is, born in Livingston, playing his rugby for Glasgow Hawks.
Come back.
It's a large young man
Okay.
to have
Time on.
to run at, or have run at you in the final quarter of an exhausting match under the hot Kenyan heat.
Knock on, people. Knock on. Scrum. Here. Please come because it's not good. Come here. Come. Yeah.
The game just breaking up a little now. Number of replacements, just that sense that it may be out of reach for the USA.
Scratch.
It's leading to a
Bind.
departure of rhythm for both sides.
Move it straight. Move it straight.
Now, Oliver Klein, who's come on for Hugh Kennedy, wearing 22, the Central Washington University man. He's in a hurry to find touch. He knows that the USA need to score quick.
Not straight. Not straight.
But USA
Number 12 blue out.
are to be frustrated
Time
by
off.
their
Number
own
12
error.
blue out.
You know, this USA side, they qualified
Time on.
by virtue of a pretty impressive two-leg aggregate score over Canada. It's their first time featuring in the trophy since 2016.
Scratch.
While they missed out to Uruguay and look like they may be on the receiving end of another loss against Scotland, there's no doubt about it. There's some talent and some foundational blocks for the USA to build upon. Matt Reed.
No, play on.
Still waiting to come on for Scotland, but Sosala Pongi,
Use it.
wearing 23, is on for the USA.
Ball is in.
And that is an outstanding clearance for a man who is totemic for this Scotland side at the moment.
Up, 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 up. No.
2 tries in this half.
No, no.
Very impressive kicking display from the tee, only matched from his kicking from hand, and the grin there
Space. Space.
are the eyes of a man who's enjoying his rugby.
Ball.
Liam McConnell, the other captain in this Scottish outfit. And, they are without some other key players as well. They left them at home, the likes of Richie Simpson, Rudy Brown and Duncan Munn, but this Scottish squad are finding their groove without them. Afsha goes to Erskine. Afshar fancies a hat-trick, just hooks it over the top, and Kerr Yule goes rampaging on to the next offload, but held in the tackle.
He's a taker. You don't get up before the ball, please.
The promise of a try in Kenya was a little too much. I think he knew himself that he shouldn't be having another stab having been tackled. Can USA find a spark? Not with line out throwing like that.
Stop. It's not straight. Not straight. Yeah, we will have an option. Okay, line out.
Kenyan fans preparing themselves for their under-20s. Will be taking to the field against Spain very shortly. Wall-to-wall rugby of the under-20 variety at the Neo National Stadium today.
Time on.
It's been pretty much wall-to-wall under-20 rugby across the championship and the trophy all this last month. An incredibly high-caliber tournament in South Africa, won by France. Now being matched by the trophy nations. And Corey Tate, who it feels has been burrowing at the back of these driving mauls all afternoon, senses this may be the one to deliver him the try he so wants. He's got his whole pack to thanks, but the scorecard will say Corey Tate, try in the under-20 trophy 2023. The young hooker delighted to be starting today. Rounds off a strong personal showing with a try from the driving maul that has been imperious all afternoon. There's a reassuring calmness to all that Ben Afshar does, and it usually results in points. And once again, it's two more to add to the try, this time scored by Corey Tate. Well timed hit, not just by Mackay, but also Dylan Fortune. A thorough examination of the rib cage. I think it was Sam Derrick. He's only just on for Johnny Morris. Around Santos, he looks so lively in the opening exchanges with the ball in hand. But really, all he's been able to do is field long kicks and just watch Scotland manoeuvre themselves around the right areas of the field in this second half. Hector Patterson, the Watsonians man, replaces co-captain Ben Afshar. He's been outstanding. Question marks over how straight that throw is, but USA aren't going to argue. They're going to want to go on a surge. Corbin Smith, try scorer in the first half. The indefatigable Hayden Mackay, still going strong, but battered back. Brilliant ball into the gap. This is the offloading player the USA we like to see. And Ran Santos Finally gets some ball in hand, but he's met by 2 lavender jerseys. Just shoveled on smartly by William Sherman. But the breakdown,
Not releasing ball.
again problematic for USA. Scotland have been very good in that department. Johnny Smith, quick to react, precise in targeting the ball. And the young man who's on the books at Harlequins but is set
Time off.
to travel north to Durham University to study alongside his professional rugby. Gets a good turnover. Another man who is pairing professional rugby with a university degree and rugby is that man there, Eddie Erskine at Bath, departing the field after a high-octane performance, and Scotland will need him fit and raring to go for the challenge of Los Territos.
Time on.
It's a big university vein running through this match. So many of the USA players studying and playing at the thriving university level. Candidates from Lindenwood, Life University, California.
Blue. Go out. Go out, please.
And then a few
Number 10, Papa.
from the English system as well
Number 10, Papa.
for the USA, but chiefly Scotland.
Number 10, off. Thank you. Time on.
So Eddie Erskine has been replaced
Good.
by Finn Duraj, wearing 16. Matt Reid has taken to the field to replace Andrew McLean,
Please play the ball. You are
but he's not going to see the ball anytime soon because Finn Duraj is in that armchair at the back of the ruck. Off goes Kerr Yule. Scotland seeking another score. Well, the no-look pass doesn't go to anyone. Scotland lucky to recycle. Well, that's a brilliant tackle coming in from Dylan Fortune. But then the loose pass from Scotland gives USA a chance to pour through. It looks like they might have been ripped in the contact they have. Finn Douglas with the muscular work. Liam McConnell taste to USA shoulders, including Jackson Keynes. Craig Davidson. Johnny Smith, that is beautiful offloading play out of the tackle. Scotland chancing their arm. But USA getting the penalty.
Stop, please.
Well, the hope for USA was taken from the game some time ago, probably around about the second Ben Afshar try. Andrew McLean's finish put the exclamation mark on that feeling. that the game might be slipping. And with that, just a bit of the energy has gone out of the contest, certainly the accuracy. But USA will still want to end on a high. Sosala Pongi making good ground. A man with proud Tongan ancestry. Scotland flying up. Nice little ball over the top from Klein. Finds Christians. He's worked hard, but hasn't quite had the impact he had in the first half. Jaden Brooks falls to the floor heavily and the ball's dislodged.
Don't play the ball, please.
A judge to have been played on the floor.
Time off.
From Ollie Minnis.
Yeah.
Just a few signs that the physicality of this contest is beginning to take its toll. More stoppages, more treatment.
Okay.
It's justifiable, the intensity at which these under-20 matches are played out at.
Please, one medical on the pitch, please. One. Please.
Well, you can see that the smart people are in the shade. There's a couple of lads catching a few rays here in Nairobi.
Time on.
Those USA fans wouldn't mind something to cheer about in this second half. They've been held scoreless, USA, since the return from the sheds.
Let's go. Let's go. Come middle. Come middle. Middle. You have mid. Middle. Come on.
John Vinter throws and finds Ballinger. Vinter inserts himself at the back, finally receives it from Christians.
No, number 18.
Scotland will be desperate to preserve the integrity of their second half try line. Oh, Vinter thought he was across the line, but he was only 5 meters out. USA will have to rebuild from deeper back. Less well formed. Fortune's been busy since coming on the 20. There's a big, strong run from Leon Best. Can they find a way through? They seek the edge on the left. Real explosive entry into contact from Toi Aival.
No, release.
Concerted pressure being applied by USA for the first time in this half. Jackson Kane edges USA closer. Pongi has looked lively since coming on. Ballinger
No, please.
just gets
Release.
hydraulically pushed back by the strong-limbed Scots. They're not showing any signs of defensive weakness at the moment. USA struggling to find the penetration. Pass goes between the back line, out to touch. And a rueful look. But in truth, it is a testament to that defensive pressure, that solidity that was offered up in front of them by Scotland. No way through.
There we go. Build it. Stay patient. Ball.
Players.
Patterson goes high to the skies. Santos, jinking, beats 3. Gets across the halfway. Crossfield option, opening up. Will it bounce kindly? Not kindly enough. So a big result for Scotland, and one that will do their points difference the world of good. It sets up a tantalising
One play on the ground.
closing match. Against Uruguay. The winner of Pool A will meet the winner of Pool B in the final. First place playing first place. That's how the trophy will be determined. And at the moment, after Scotland's 64-33 win over Zimbabwe, this commanding one against USA, it means with you Uruguay having won there too, whoever wins that will be on their way to the final.
Not advantage, we're coming back here.
There's Sosala Pongi, hails from East Palo Alto. Very keen to impress that it's East Palo Alto he's from, not Palo Alto. He's brought a bit of gusto onto the field since coming on as a replacement. The action doesn't stop at the final whistle here today as well. Pool B is up next. Samoa squeaked a victory against Hong Kong China earlier today. It was almost a slice of history for the Hong Kong China boys. But Samoa now have 2 wins from 2. And Kenya will be playing Spain in the final match of today. Spain having won 53-0 on match day number 1. So if they can secure victory, it sets up another pool blockbuster match against Samoa to determine the pool winner and thus the finalist. And here in Pool A, it's going to be Scotland who are going to close out a handsome victory against the USA, seeking one more to take into their team review. That's cute, that's delicate from Santos. But
advantage.
Forces the knock-on from Scotland.
Thank you.
USA look for the crossfield once again. Corbin Smith was there, but there was too much on it, and that'll be the last action of an entertaining match between Scotland and USA that threatened in the first half to be a nerve shredder. Just 1 point separated the two sides as they headed in for the halftime talk. But an inspired second half, led by their co-captain and his 2 converted tries, Ben Afshar, has seen USA dispatched by Scotland, who preserve their undefeated record in the competition. And they set up a winner-takes-all final pool match against Uruguay in a few days' time. Final score here in Nairobi, Scotland 40, USA 13.